Goeiemorgen mensen, that was a lekker mow. Sorry, my battery died, so this is actually about an hour or so later than that mow. I just want to show you a few things. There's just some observations that I've picked up now over the last week or two about my lawn. Raising the height of cut from 11 to 16 mils has not just given me a stronger stripe and a bit of like a better color, well actually quite a lot of a better color. That's partly because there's some fertilizers actively running at the moment. It's because the Kikuyu has taken over the Bermuda. The Bermuda slowed down enough, the Kikuyu took over, and with the Kikuyu dominating, we're getting a much more even look because the same species of grass is now dominating the vast majority of the lawn's surface area. So having that single species as opposed to mixed species means that you see a very uniform look. When you mix species, you start to get these patchy effects all over the place. And you can see it, not really on the film, I tried it earlier on, but more in real life. I can see the dark green matte kind of look of the Bermuda just popping up little segments all over the place. It doesn't really come up on the film, maybe it does, you tell me. But the rest of it, that shinier kind of look, and the more medium to medium dark green, that is the Kikuyu, and that's the majority of this area. And one of my viewers actually suggested that I put down wildflowers over here, and I think that's a brilliant idea. And then my wife said no, she wants grass under the trees. So yeah, it might become that at some point in time. I don't know when, if it's going to be Kikuyu or LM. I should actually only really plant it in late winter, early spring. But anyway, that's not the point that I'm getting to for this video. You would have noticed in the last couple of vids, I've been pushing all the leaves into this area over here. And it's because I want to see if any kind of decomposition happens. And it's been about 2 months, 6 to 8 weeks that the stuff has been sitting here, not being disturbed that much by me, but basically a thin layer of leaves all over the place. And now you can see this is today's clippings. So I'm testing a slightly different theory right here because I just don't believe that letting clippings fly is a good idea, because a thin layer in an attempt to compost does nothing. You're going to get maybe 3 days worth of nutrient leaching back into the soil, and that's how you're going to get your nutrients to be redeposited back into the soil. But the mess that sits on the surface is just a matted mess of junk that's sitting on the surface. Maybe it works its way down to the thatch layer and builds a pad on the surface. It's not, for me, it's not a good idea. But there are so many guys that are pro letting clippings fly that I really need for you guys to explain to me what is really pro about it. So to give you an example here, I haven't looked at what's going on under these leaves in this 2-ish months that it's been sitting here. I'm just going to move some stuff around. My guess while we do it is that we'll only find moisture, but nothing is going to be decomposing under here at all. So it is effectively just smothering the weeds that I currently have growing in here, which means that it would smother your grass. So let's have a look. I'm going to find a nice deep section and we will see what's going on underneath it. Where's a nice deep section? I've got to do this in real time, otherwise it looks bogus. Oh, this is deep. Right, that's nothing bites me. Let's see here. Alright, there you go. There's some moisture, and there's one of the most decomposed fermented leaves I can find, and the thing is still, besides being slightly damp, it's firm, it's hard, it is not being eaten by anything. I mean, nothing. There's barely even, oh, here's some more moist stuff. I mean, that's 2 months and it's barely doing any, it's just wet. So that's the first theory. It has to stay completely damp for it to be mushy enough. But look at that. There's what I'm talking about. The area that the stuff weighed itself down on, there isn't even growing weeds in it. It's killed off that section. Why? Okay, so I don't want this video to sound like a rant. This channel's about education, so, and a bit of fun, of course. But this is why I say on the educational front, I don't see letting clippings fly as being a good thing. I really do need, honestly, for somebody to give me some sort of proper, justifiable, proactive information as to why letting clippings fly is a good thing. Collecting clippings, I agree with. Letting them fly is what I don't agree with. And you know what? I've actually got a little section here where you can see how lazy I am. But first, let's have a look at the LM. Look at that. This LM section is looking flipping good. I'm very, very happy with that. That's why I want those patches not just full up with LM. Okay, let's go and have a look behind my shed. This is where I deposit my bins of clippings in between scenes in the videos, and then I leave them here for like 2 months, and then I cart it out and take it to the dump. So have a look here. This is now clippings, right? So I suppose any of you guys that are saying, oh, but you've tested this theory with leaves, not with grass clippings, have a look here. There's grass clippings right there for you. So let's really justify it. Now, this is the top of this is, well, obviously the top of all of this is the latest clippings. So again, I hope nothing bites me, but let's dig. Okay, yeah, we got some humus trying to form, but look at it, man. That's gross. That's gross. And number one, this is now maybe 3 months of not running it like a proper compost pile. So let's assume, if we're talking clippings, this is clippings, right? A couple of leaves that have fallen in there, that's clippings. There's the ground, and there is, I'm feeling it now by hand, this amount of fluffy stuff, maybe 5 mils of that is about the most useful stuff there. So you can't tell me that this, like keeping this thin layer in there, is somehow going to be good. It's just my normal soil beneath that, and there's some tree roots. This is just smothering your grass. It's not converting into anything good. The majority of this matter that I'm picking up here, it's either dirt or grass clippings that are still grass clippings. So again, the leaching helped. The rest of it, unless there's a massive build-up like this, and I turn it regularly in a heap, i.e. composting, that's the only thing that's positive. This thing of letting it all sit out over there on your beautiful lawn is not good. It is inducing, it's giving a little bit of an advantage to pathogens. It's attracting pests and insects that are going to eat your lawn. So if you want a good looking lawn, letting clippings fly is not the way. Collecting them, composting them, reintroducing to your garden, that's the best for the environment, and it's the best for your lawn. Somebody please tell me that I'm wrong and then justify it. Anyway, I'm going to mow the rest of my yard, and you might or might not see me again today. Cheers.